vlog number 3, and welcome to the most successful taxi of the century, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Mercedes E200CDI. As you can see, I can fit in it, so anybody can. BAM! So, as I said, this is the E200CDI. It's famously known as being a really good taxi. Why is it actually a really good taxi? Because 1, it's big, 2, it's comfy, 3, it's really cheap to keep it running. You don't have any major issues with it. This car has now 312,000 kilometers on it. I bought it 2 years ago for 3,700 euros, and it was the cheapest one in the country, and I also think it was the cheapest one in the whole of Europe. I don't know actually why it was so cheap. I hope the gentleman that sold it to us, he said that it wasn't the taxi. I hope it wasn't. Still, we don't care. We use it for everyday driving. We drive it everywhere and anywhere. This is actually my sister's car. Yona, if you're watching, yes, this is your car and I'm reviewing it. It's the classic version. You had the avant-garde version and you had the elegance and the classic. The classic was the cheapest version that you have, that you could buy. Sorry, you don't have leather seats. You have like cloth seats, but you do have automatic lights, but not with xenon lights and stuff like that. Also, the consumption of fuel isn't that bad. The consumption is around 4 to 5 liters on the highway and city combined, actually. So that's good. And I will show a little bit more of the details of the car later on. It has some dents and stuff. So this is how the engine looks like. It's not a fancy V12. It's more of a 4-cylinder diesel engine that can do a lot of kilometers. So, and the inside of the car, I will show you that as well. The inside, as you can see, I said this is the classic version, so you don't have fancy stuff. Can you see the kilometers? Nope. I'm gonna turn on the ignition. No, not yet. Voila. So as you see, this one has 313,000 kilometers on it, but for the rest it's quite fancy in here, and this is one of the big advantages that Mercedes cars have. Even though they're really old, they still look like brand new. This is a manual as well, so as I said with my car as well, manuals for the win. So the back side, I will try to fit myself inside of it without killing myself. It's actually quite comfy. You have enough legroom, as you can see over here. And it's quite spacious, and that's why it's such a successful taxi. And that's why Mercedes does really well with stuff like that. So, a little quick tour around the car. As you can see, it's quite good. It's really comfy. This is the saloon version, not the station. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, it hasn't lapped the Nürburgring yet, but we are planning on doing that. It's gonna be my sister who's gonna drive that car on Nürburgring. It's not gonna be me. It's gonna be our first time, so we're looking out for that. Maybe we can do that soon. Yo, don't forget to like, subscribe, and to be a good man, yeah? Peace!